Of On the Road to Victory. I'm your host, Jimmy Smith, and I'm already having technical issues. My Lord, it's been one of those days, but I hope you're all having yourselves a fantastic day. It is hump day, so I hope you're all enjoying the middle of the week here. It is a barn burner out there, sweating my buns off. But hope you're all having a good one. Appreciate you taking the time here. This is not a live video, but we're going to continue this training camp preview, the positional breakdown of each position for the Philadelphia Eagles. So I appreciate you taking the time, hitting the like button, sharing, subscribing, all the things you're doing to support the channel. It truly helps. I cannot thank you all enough. But today we are going to get into the offensive line, finish off the offense here. We'll get into the defense here this weekend, and we'll continue this bad boy all the way up to training camp. We are 58 days away from game one of the season. So I'm telling you, once that countdown begins, it just starts flying. So let's keep things flying around here, and let's talk about this offensive line. We'll get into the changes that have been made this offseason, what this line looks like, the battles, all that stuff. And after this series is over, I'll get into my top training camp battles and my projected 53, but I'll give you some tidbits as we go. But again, hope you're having a great day. Appreciate you taking the time. Let's jump into this. And we're going to start it off with the additions and losses here on the offensive line. And obviously a pretty big one. Jason Kelce, yes, he did retire, and that is unfortunate. But we did draft his replacement here a couple of years ago. So let's just keep that in mind. But we also lost depth pieces to Opeta, Jack Driscoll, and then practice squad guy Roderick Johnson. Now, you can see the pieces we've added. You got Becton, Hennessy, Sharping in free agency. Then in the draft, you got Keegan and McMahon. You got some guys like Kennard, who was drafted last year in the 5th round for the Chiefs, but he's getting a shot here. Then you've got some undrafted guys in Ayedze, Dankwa, and Vakalahi, the kid out of Australia who's never played football, but he gets an exemption, doesn't count against the roster. So that's all good and dandy, but you could see they added a lot of pieces trying to figure this thing out. And I like the Becton addition, trying him out at guard, tackle. We'll break all that down. And I thought that we had a good, draft here. Didn't need to go in the high rounds. We talked about that. And I think that, adding a former first-round pick in Becton, that's huge. And I like the draft picks that they did make. So excited there. You could see the additions and the losses there. So again, you can't, you lose someone like Jason Kelce, that can't be replaced. On the field, off the field, love the dude. So hope he enjoys his retirement. We're sure as hell going to miss him. But we've got, some people in place there. We'll figure it out. But one of the things that is figured out, that's the tackle position. And we know old Lane and Mailata, the Island Boys. And those dudes, two of the best tackles in the game, the best duo out there. Let's go. But we talk about, having someone with experience like Lane to be able to help Mailata where he's come. Mailata getting paid this all season. Love to see that. Lane finally didn't have to restructure his damn contract for once. But you've got two beasts there. We feel comfortable. But what happens, and anything can happen in football. God forbid anybody goes down. You've got a guy like Becton who can play both tackle positions, have him playing guard. So that versatility right there. We know if he can find that passion, he drops some weight there. I think that this dude, it's a steal to get him as low as we did for as little as he costs. I'm excited. But Fred Johnson, talked about his injury last year, very unfortunate, but this is a guy I really like. They were dabbling at right tackle this year. Last year, predominantly playing left tackle in the offseason. But he's been a journeyman, been with the Bucs, Steelers, and I think somebody else. But look, he found his place. I thought he's doing well. So Jeff Stoutland can find the best in anybody. So excited, for the depth we have there. And then we mentioned Kennard, and you got Ayedze. We talked about Anam Dankwa before the draft, one of my undrafted fits. Thought that this kid out of Howard could be something. He is a beast. You could see 6'7" there, but a versatile piece, and I'm intrigued to see how they use him this offseason. We'll see with Vakalahi there. Obviously never played football, but hey, you saw with Mailata what Jeff Stoutland was able to do. So we'll see there. But, guys like Kennard who can play tackle and guard, that versatility, that works out great for him. We mentioned it with Becton, but, Ayedze, Dankwa, I'm sure they're going to get the opportunity to do both. And the same goes for Vakalahi. So versatility is the name of the game, but wanted to talk about the outside guys first. And then we've got some interior guys, which obviously some question marks there. Now, Landon Dickerson getting himself paid as well. Best left guard in the game. This dude, he is a tank, and he was drafted to be Kelce's replacement, but Kelce kept going. Then we get Kelce's replacement again in Cam Jurgens, and, Kelce handpicked this dude, and we've seen him at right guard last year, did well. I think he's going to fit in and he'll be great at center. Excited to see his career blossom at that center position. We're going to need it. Obviously, he's not Jason Kelce, but if he gets Kelsey's blessing, I'm all in. Now, we talked about Tyler Steen when he was drafted last year, and, Jeff Stoutland had compared, his game to Brandon Brooks and hopeful that he could be the next. Now, they're talking about that finally this offseason. When I told you guys about it last year, I think this kid's future is very bright. He just has to listen, learn, and I think he'll grow into something special. Excited for him to win that right guard job. But look, we added guys like Matt Hennessy. He can provide depth at guard and center, push for a starting spot. Trevor Keegan was drafted there in the 5th round out of Michigan. This dude's a stud, winning a national championship, running people over, great in the run game, work on his stuff in the pass game, but he can help you out, dude. Definitely inside. We'll see where they work him out, maybe a little tackle. Then Dylan McMahon, you drafted in the 6th round. He can help out at center, both guard positions, so versatility. That helps anybody out. I like that pick. And then you add another free agent in Max Sharping, another veteran here out of Northern Illinois, going to be his 6th season here. But that's interior depth. Then Brett Toth, who can help you at guard, center, tackle, plays all of the above. And, out of Army, we've seen him, take his journeys and then come back, get cut, come back, get cut, go to somewhere else, get cut, come back. Yeah, it's crazy. Brett Toth, going to get a chance again this offseason. And then Jason Poe out of Mercer University in Atlanta. He is somebody that was here last year on the practice squad. He was competing last year. So somebody that can play guard, can play center. So again, having that versatility is the name of the game. But yeah, you can see there, we've got 17 offensive linemen competing there. And look, we did have another guy in LeRaven Clark, but I always show you my projected depth chart here, and I do have the list of IR and PUP whenever people get put on, and hopefully we don't have to fill this thing out anymore. So LeRaven Clark, who, plays tackle, he is someone that, obviously on IR, I do not have on that list, do not have him on this depth chart here, but you can see all those guys we just talked about, and you can see the key there. Anybody in green is a free agent addition. The gray are the undrafted free agents, and then if they are green with a white ring around them, the Kelly green there, you have Trevor Keegan and Dylan McMahon. Those are your draft picks. So you can see everybody I have projected as starting been on the roster. So look, I understand people are worried. You lose Kelce and, Jurgens moving from right guard. So you're essentially, that position's changing as well. But for me, I think Jurgens is going to transition well at center. He's going to be able to help Steen and, also Lane Johnson on the right of him. So excited there, but excited that there is competition. Becton, Keegan, Hennessy, all these guys, Sharping, McMahon, whoever wants to try to compete for that guard spot, let's effing go, baby. Job is open. But I'm excited about this offensive line. I think they're going to pick up right where they left off, one of the best offensive lines in the game. But now you've got a really talented running back in Saquon Barkley, who's also going to shine because of that offensive line. But I think for Jalen Hurts, obviously right guard has some responsibilities as to, what they're telling the center or the quarterback. And it's going to be important. We'll see who wins that job. But I think, this offense is going to flourish because of adding Saquon Barkley, a running back like that. And I just think you're going to see a lot more opened up with Kellen Moore at, offensive coordinator. So this offensive line, I think a seamless transition here. Hopefully Steen to right guard. Let me know how you feel. Who do you think wins that right guard position? Who do you want to see? You have any questions, anything on your mind? Would love to hear from you, ladies and gentlemen. But that is all I have for you today. If you need anything, it doesn't have to be about the birds. You can always reach out, always try to be here for you guys as you are for me. Love each and every one of you sickos out there. Hope you're having yourself a great weekend. I will be live Friday for Fan Friday. Not sure. I might try to get that special teams video out tomorrow. We'll see. Going to keep this train rolling, baby. Training camp's coming. Let's effing go. But have yourselves a great rest of your day. Love to hear from you down below. But until next time, I am Jimmy Smith, and this is On the Road to Victory. You all stay safe out there, and as always, say it with me now, go Birds!